All right, so today we're taking a look at the Lakai Telford lows. I've heard lots of people talk really highly of the Telfords. A lot of people call them knockoff dunks. Now you might be thinking, you haven't really been in those for very long. I've only seen like a handful of videos. Yeah, we're gonna get into it. So first things first, let's see what the marketing page has to say about it. So the description's a little different for the Fourstar variant. It's not much different. The bottom part that we actually care about is the exact same for the regular Telford listings. Built on our durable XLK cup sole with the pod tread grip. Lightweight, flexible, comfortable right out of the box, and then they call it a timeless silhouette for skateboarding. So it is kind of a knockoff dunk. If it works for somebody else, clearly they thought they could cash in on somebody who wanted something that looked like a dunk but wasn't a dunk. So with the construction, we do have a nice cup sole. The insoles here, I don't think they advertised anything specific. It's just like a standard Lakai insole. Then you have the suede outer skeleton, I guess, with the like fake leather, nothing really to talk about technology-wise, because there's not a whole lot of technology going on in this shoe. So this is the blown out one. This shoe has no life left in it. And it might not look that bad from this profile, but check out the sole. The sole was the main reason that I stopped skating these shoes. I'm completely through to the interior of the shoe down here, as well as this white layer makes it extremely slick on grip tape. It honestly felt like I was adjusting like, almost like a basketball court. It was very weird to say the least. So it was really slippery. That's mainly the reason I stopped, because I felt like it was just more dangerous to skate with these, and I felt like I would slip out doing something. I definitely think that this side and the way this part is designed is probably pretty good. I think it's just the sole that's lacking. When it comes to points of failure, nothing really failed yet. It was just the sole that's failed. The blowout wasn't that bad. You can still get your laces pretty tight. Not terrible yet. There is like a hole right here that you can see. It was starting to pull away from the main body and get loose, but it wasn't there yet. A lot of the stitching also held up pretty well, which is nice. I did blow through like 3 or 4 laces on this set, but other than that, it was a half decent shoe. Now, the way they skated, now since I've never skated a dunk, I can't really compare them to a dunk, but from the way they've skated and things that I've skated previously, I didn't mind them. They were pretty good. They felt a bit heftier than some of the shoes that I've had. I mean, aside from like the 808s or the 1010s. It has a bit of a blunter toe, but it's not quite as blunt as say the Jocelyn's or the 1010s. It's not super pointy like say the Adidas that I skated. Board feel was generally pretty good. I didn't really feel lost a whole lot. I think a lot of that has to do with the insole. The insole is pretty thin. Now, the insole. This insole was probably one of the worst insoles I've ever had. It was really bad, especially after pack out. Like honestly, you would be better taking this insole out after it packs out and just throwing it away, because honestly, it is that bad. It's kind of crazy to me that they have not figured out that their insole's that bad. And I don't ever remember skating Lakais with insoles that bad. Like I've had Lakais in the past and they were never like that bad. These are pretty bad. So I guess in all honesty, an aftermarket insole for these would definitely be worth it. The heel flip wasn't quite there. The shoe didn't really have enough chunk really to make the heel flip feel right. It felt good, but it wasn't the best I've ever felt, like say a 1010. Man, I really like the 1010. I should have just bought another pair of those. I definitely think that this shoe kick flips better than it heel flips for sure. The kick flip felt a bit better. It did have that like classic cup sole kick flip where it kind of feels like it's really soft, not like a Vans with like an actual vulcanized sole that just really grips and gets it flipping fast. But I definitely like the kick flip flick better than the heel flip. Generally, I'd say they're a pretty decent shoe. I would they're kind of underwhelming, honestly. So you're probably sitting there like, your last shoe review was like less than a month ago. Usually you do a shoe review like every couple of months. And you'd be right. I blew through that sole in less than a month. I posted the Tiago video and I was already in the Telfords. At that point, when I posted the Tiago video, I was already in the Telfords for about a week, and I've already been out of them for about a week. So I've been in them for about a total of a month, and I blew through this sole so fast, it's insane. Regular Telfords are $85. Now, I think for 85 bucks and the fact that they only last a month is kind of crazy. This to me is like a $60 shoe, like hands down. Like they just don't have longevity. Now, maybe the sole on the Fourstar variant is something completely different from what's on a regular Telford. That could 100% be true, but I would imagine they would advertise something like that specifically on their pages, but they haven't said any of that. So I can only assume that it's probably made with the same stuff. The only thing that's really different is the color, right? Can't make this shit up. I just like Googled Lakai Telford slap magazine, and this is the thread. Why does the Lakai Telford have such a terrible sole? Interesting. And if that's the case, and these Telfords only really last a month, and if you skate as much as I do, and you can blow through the sole in a month, that's wild. That's ridiculous. I mean, I've done a handful of shoes now that really just have solid outsoles, like the Jocelyn's, for example. The Jocelyn's had the best outsole, hands down, that I've ever skated. I was barely getting through the tread, and they still had life other than the fact that it blew out the entire side and they were really loose. Man, maybe the Jocelyn's deserve more credit. But that combined with they have like no kind of lace protection system, one of the worst insoles I've ever felt. On top of like, I almost think that they're just doing this to look like a dunk and get sales from people who want dunks but can't get them because they're out of stock everywhere. It kind of just seems like grabby to me. But overall, I would say if you can get these shoes for relatively cheap, they're generally worth it. I mean, I've seen the Telfords on the sales rack at my local shop for like 40 bucks. And, you know, just cruising the internet, like, I mean, the Fourstar variants right now are on sale for 60 bucks. There's these black Telfords right here for $42.50. That's pretty good. I would say for 40 bucks, 100% do it. That's like a solid bang for the buck. I mean, you'll blow through these a month, but $40 a month is better than $120 for a shoe that'll last you 2 months. Honestly, I think all the problems with these Telfords could be solved just by simply getting a more durable outsole. That's it. Like, honestly, if they had just even a half more durable outsole, or they increased the thickness of it to make it last 2 months, I probably would recommend these. These shoes, they don't skate bad. They skate really good. I just dislike how long they last. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed anything in this video, drop me a like, drop me a sub, helps out a lot, and I'll see you guys in the next one.